Good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I'm here to introduce you my first and most beautiful workshop I ever created. I mean, it could also be the worst. It's a PHP Amarcord Workshop. So the idea is that you take a very old LAMP stack. I don't know how many of you remember what is a LAMP stack, Linux, Apache, MySQL, and PHP. The idea is that it was developed by somebody that left the company. Somebody that developed it 10 years ago when Docker wasn't a sexy technology yet, and that now is dead. It's even hard for you to find a Docker file with PHP 5, for example, because it's so old. It's so old, but still your CTO wants you to modernize it and add stuff. I mean, is that even possible? Well, this is a workshop when we make it possible and we make it actually sexy without even touching the PHP code, except in very, very few places where everybody who doesn't know PHP can do that. You will see it's in two very small things. So basically, we're not touching the code. We're not adding APIs, libraries, anything. So how are we doing it? So let me introduce you an application created by the GDG Pescara, Italy. This gentleman created a little PHP application where you upload an image. It's a very simple LAMP stack where you can register yourself, do a user login. As a registered user, you can upload an image. The image has a title, has a file name, and has a Boolean appropriate or not. An administrator can flag the image as appropriate or not. That's it. We're going to take this application and do a few interesting things. First, you're going to fork it from GitHub with your GitHub user. Second, we're going to set up Cloud SQL to where we land our database, where we host our database. Then we're going to Dockerize the application. Then we are going to deploy to Cloud Run. This is a very eureka moment. You will have instant gratification. Your application will be online. Most likely, it will give you a database error, but at least your app is online. Now we need to attach it to database. Okay. Now, the password is in cleartext. My dream is that you will receive an email from GitHub saying, what the hell did you do? You just created a password. I want you to feel the pain. You have a password in cleartext. Did you even notice that? Let's fix that. So let's use environment variable, and let's have Cloud Run pick it from the environment variable. This is the only place where you change the code, actually. You just pick the password from a. So we cleaned up our ugly passwords checked out in the code in the original app. So your app is now clean. Okay, what else do we do? Are you tired of continually pushing and changing and pushing and changing? How about we set up a cloud build to automate the CI/CD pipeline? After you do this step, which is quite hard, I tell you, unless you copy the YAML from me, after you've done this path, every time you do a commit and a push to GitHub, automatically, boom, 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 the pipeline will push an artifact repository, and the artifact repository will pull, and Cloud Run will pull this artifact from the repo together with environment and secrets, and deploy to dev and then to prod. So you now have two applications for free. Wow. You could also have a third one, easy peasy. Now, what do we do next? And now this is the incredible part that I didn't even know was possible until 3 days ago. But then, I talked to a colleague and it comes out it's actually easy and possible. Now, how do you solve the storage problem? The storage problem is all the pictures that you upload are into the Docker file, and that's ephemeral because you lose the storage every time you change the application or you push a new application or something, right? So how do you do that? Well, it's actually possible to mount a cloud storage bucket into our application. So it will be like a Linux fuse mount. At this point, magic can happen because once we mount this, which means that our precious images are now set up in the cloud, so we don't lose them anymore. So now in this step 6, actually our application is functionally complete. We can do more magic. What's the magic? Well, one magic I came up with is, how about creating a cloud function, a Lambda, that every time that you upload a picture on GCS, on our cloud storage, listens to the bucket, say, oh, you have a new image. Let me see what it talks about. Oh, this is the face of Riccardo or Marty McFly from Back to the Future. and then you use Gemini to do that, and then the picture, Gemini will find this string from this image, and the string will be injected back into the database on a description column that you might just have created with a mutation on your SQL. So since I am an operator, I want to squeeze in a little bit of SLO and alerting. So we will create an availability and latency metric so you can get paged when your application goes down. That's really cool. So we do a little bit of Gen AI, a bit of operations, a CI/CD, and a typical app modernization. So what comes in the end is something like this. You upload an image, and you get the Gemini caption. I know you say, Riccardo, this is bullshit. I can't believe you. So I'm going to give you a little demo, right? So how do I do this demo? I go to this application, and I do upload picture, and I need to upload an image. As you can see, this is in Italian because it's made by a GDG from Italy. So what do you want? Translate it to English if you want. It's very easy. So what do? I will take this horrible page, and then snip it and create a screenshot of it. Let's say something like this. Okay, I just created this. I save it, I download it, okay? And now I will upload it here. Let's see if it works. Downloads, yes, PNG. You don't see it, but you need to trust me on that. I'm uploading the ugly image that I just created. And now, if I go back to the index, there will be a few seconds where the image is there with no, you see the image is here with nothing, because the cloud function will take, let's say, 5 seconds to do it. Now I do Control R, and bingo, a screenshot of a Google Meet call interface. Riccardo Carlesso is presenting and annotating. Several overlapping windows show different views and control of the meeting. Wow, it worked. So I consider this mini demo done, and I will say goodbye. Thank you for listening.